Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Figma Sword Art Online ALO version of Asuna. She stands roughly about 14 centimeters to the top of her head, which makes her just about 5.5 inches, so she's definitely in scale with the standard Figma figures. So this one has basically just elf ears and a different outfit. But it has the coolest outfit because it has all white and blue, and that's my favorite color combination, and it looks awesome. And on top of that, Figma did a really good job with this figure. So before we take a look at it, let's look at the packaging and the accessories. Packaging is basically your standard Figma packaging, which you guys should all be familiar with at this point. Black bottom, tealish, whatever color that is, top. Sticker there. Make sure if you're buying these you have stickers, because most of them will have some sort of sticker if they are official. It might say not for sale outside of Japan over the sticker, but if it doesn't have anything, it's most likely a bootleg. Then you can see on the back we have some posing options, which you can see she has wings, which is a cool thing, but we have a problem with those, and I'll show you that as we go. So that's the packaging number 264, Asuna ALO version. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Accessories. She comes with the little baggie that all Figmas come with. She comes with the display stand that all Figmas come with, which we need for the wings. That's what I was going to mention. The wings, I'm just going to go over this right now because we're here. The wings have a peg hole right here, and the only way to get them on her back is to put the display stand peg through that hole and into her back, which is a major bummer because I'd like to be able to peg them onto her back without the stand, kind of like the way the Attack on Titan guys had those clear pegs that held their capes on. That's what this should have, but it doesn't. So we do get the wings. They are articulated. You can pose them around however you want to. And they look nice, but you can't put them on without the peg. So that's a bummer. You do have this peg, which is meant to go on top of the regular display stand. So you could, in theory, just peg that in and leave it because it's small, but it doesn't fit that well into her back, to be completely honest, and it still sticks out pretty far. So that's a bummer. We get a bunch of hands. She has fist hands on her, which you'll see throughout the review. We have a peace sign hand or a victory hand. We have, how do I want to hold this? We have two gripping hands right here, another set here, and then another one up here. And we have the style pose hands. And on top of that, we have on all of the appropriate fingers, let's zoom in so you can actually see it, we have the rings sculpted and painted on. So that is a nice touch. I was worried they may not do that, but they did, so that's pretty cool. So we also have some swords. Well, one sword, which looks really nice, if it'll focus. Very nicely detailed, very nice silver paint on there to make it super shiny, so that looks cool. And then we have the version of it in the scabbard. So you can put that through her belt and the sword will be scabbard, if that's the word, sheathed. And if you want to have the sword in her hand, you can take it out of the scabbard and put the other sword in her hand. So you have some options there. And then we have her little magic wand, which is nicely detailed, well sculpted, well painted. And we have some alternate faces. We have one where she's kind of in a sly smirk look, I guess you could say. And we have one where she is yelling like she's doing an attack. And I know, why is it not focusing? Weird. There we go. Sorry about that. And then we have one where she's yelling for her attack, which they look kind of weird, but once you put them on, they look fine. So as you can see, there's her regular face. There it is. I think she's just so light, the light's bouncing off of her funny. But there's the regular face, very well detailed as Figma is known for doing. Very nice paint job throughout the figure. It's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty well lined up throughout, and lots of nice clean lines, and it looks really, really cool. They did a good job with the color of the hair and the color of the blues, and just a very appealing figure color-wise. As far as the articulation goes, I think the hair might be the same hair that we saw before in the original Asuna figure, at least this part, obviously not the top part. I could be wrong, but it looks awfully familiar, and it has the same articulation right there, which is fine. It works out okay, but when you put the wings on, the hair has to kind of stick out like this. So that's a pretty annoying problem. This part of the hair and then the front pieces are all soft, so you don't have to worry about posing them. The head is on the standard Figma hinge, so it can look forward and up, and it's pegged in on the top and at the neck, so you can rotate it around and angle it. Shoulders have the ball peg for the torso, ball hinge for the actual shoulder itself, and the bicep swivel is built in to that joint So you have that. Then you get the standard Figma elbow hinge, which also has swivels in it. And for the wrist, you get another hinge, ball hinge. So that's pretty good. Double ball peg for the torso up here, so it moves all the way around, no problem. Lower torso, I'm not so sure because I can't really get to it because of the skirt, but these do have the hinges built into them. They don't have the greatest range, but they have enough for some style poses, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. The skirt is technically 2 pieces and soft plastic, but it's really stiff, so you can't move the legs that well, but they are on ball pegs, so you can bring the leg forward about that far, which isn't too bad. Out to the side, not super far, but again, it's not too bad. And you do get a swivel in there also for the thigh, so that's good. Standard Figma knee joint, which gives you better than 90 degrees, and then the standard ankle joint, which isn't too bad considering how her foot is designed. You still get a pretty decent ankle rocker. So overall, it's a really solid figure. I think if you're a fan of SAO, even though this is the ALO version, you probably want to pick this up because they really did a good job with it. Very, very pleased with it. You can hang her sword through her belt, and it's going to make for a really nice looking figure. So stick around for the photos here at the end. She should be in stock at Big Bad Toy Store pretty soon, so make sure you check out that link in the description below. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.